plane opens and you step out the plane and the heat just hits you. Boom. And it feels like you're being dropped in a furnace. It's like you've just been dropped. Your skin is tingling with heat.
Oh, you're over exaggerating.
No, it's true.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Gloria.
My name is Sunny.
And if you're new here, you're welcome. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button before you leave. And also, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Yes, so today's video, it's about 5 things we miss about Nigeria. Obviously, we are Nigerians. So yeah, we decided to say, okay, let's talk about what we miss about Nigeria.
Yeah, I think for me, the number one thing...
Please don't say it.
It's the food.
Ah, I was gonna say that.
It's the food. It's got to be the food. I miss
the food.
So I mean, here in the UK, we do have access to certain sort of food.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, I did a video recently about visiting an African store in where we live. So we do have access to Nigerian food, though bit expensive.
Yeah.
That bit expensive.
It is expensive.
But at least, you know, it's better than nothing.
So food is certainly the number one thing I miss. And it's just that sort of local cuisine, local taste, and sort of just having access to just the variety of different things you can eat when you're home. Yeah. I
would say the next thing I miss about Nigeria is the weather. Oh my gosh.
True. Yeah.
The weather is a struggle, especially winter. I get very grumpy in winter. Like, don't speak to me in the morning when it's very cold. I will not smile, you know. But you know, in Nigeria, I know sometimes it can get very sunny, too sunny, but it cannot be compared to here when it's too cold.
You know, my thing is the weather is good. Don't get me wrong. The weather is very good. It's very nice, but it's too hot. It's hot beyond hot.
That's because you're not used to it.
Yeah, I get that, but you know, it's at least with the weather here, you've got the seasons and you dress up for it. You know, Nigeria is just hot.
It's not
throughout
all
the year.
Time. It's
hot.
Lovely.
You can go in January, you can go in December. It's hot. You can go in April. It's hot. So it's, you know, even when it's raining, it's hot. So
I miss the weather.
So I mean, I remember going to Nigeria. When was it? 2010, and I sort of came out the airport flew from Heathrow to Lagos, and you're obviously you've come from a cold country and you're dressed quite warmly. The plane opens and you step out the plane and the heat just hits you. Boom, and it feels like you're being dropped in a furnace. Like you've just been dropped. Your skin is tingling with heat.
Oh, you're over exaggerating.
It's true. Your skin is like tingling, and you're thinking, "Gee, I'm about to burn up." It's that hot. It's seriously hot. So if you're thinking of going on holiday, just get your suntan, get your shorts. If you're black, get two double suntan. You know, it doesn't matter, black or white. Take your suntan with you.
Yeah.
Wear your shorts. Get your shorts.
It can't get very hot.
T-shirts.
It can't get very hot.
And the thing about the weather is the fact that you sort of go in and you can have a shower, and as soon as you have a shower, you step out, get your clothes on, and you're dripping in sweat again, and you're like, geez. And so it takes a while to get used to. You need to have air condition. That's a must to sort of survive, especially those of us who are used to UK weather. You need air conditioning in your house, and you need to have an air-conditioned vehicle. That's also a must, or else you will roast in between journeys.
So technically, are you saying you don't miss the weather, or you miss the weather?
Well, you said you missed the weather.
I missed the weather.
I didn't say I missed the weather.
Well, I missed the weather. Well, I'm not used to this weather yet. I've only been living in England for 6 years, but I'm still not used to the weather. Yeah. Especially when in winter. I mean, it's cold all year round. Even in summer here, it's cold. Not like very cold, but you know, it's still I get a bit cold.
I get that, and to be fair, if on par, if you were to say to someone, okay, would you rather live in a sunny country or in a cold country. I think most people would probably navigate towards the sunny because it's quite good in a sense. The weather overall, I'd say, yeah, kind of miss the weather.
There we go then. So we are in agreement.
Kind of.
Cool. What else do you miss about Nigeria?
I think what I miss is the kind of the banter that I see all around. People tend not to take themselves too seriously. It's quite a jovial atmosphere. I love the colorfulness, the vibrancy of Nigeria. It's borderline chaotic. To be fair, it's sort of borderline chaos, and it's sort of a good and bad thing. What if you live in a sort of orderly sort of environment and you step into Nigeria?
So you like the chaos?
Not necessarily the chaos. I like the fact that it's vibrant and it's there's a lot happening and it's cool and it's nice and it's quite vibrant. But that it's sort of kind of you have to take it in small doses. Put it that way. The traffic is mad. It's so noisy at times, and actually I must admit the first couple of days you would hate it. I usually the first 2-3 days it takes me a while to sort of adjust to not just the noise but the level of noise. It's so loud, and for those in Nigeria probably thinking, what's this guy on about? Trust me, when you live outside Nigeria and you come in, it's a whole different world.
It is.
And it's just so loud. Everything is loud. You go to the market and there's this shop playing music, there's this other shop playing loud music, and this one is playing loud, and you're like, which one can I even listen to? It's too loud. And then you've got people arguing, and that's just okay. Markets everywhere are probably the same, but even on the streets, just generally, there's just so much noise, and the noise level is incredibly insane. In all that, there's a level of humanity that you don't see, sort of in sort of Western countries, and there's a beauty in that, and that's what I miss. I think about Nigeria. So, it's quite it's alive. It's alive, really.
Just like Lagos State.
Yeah, Lagos.
People that live there don't want to live out of Lagos. They really love it. I find it too much.
It's the same with London. Those that live in London don't want to leave London, but
find it too much.
We live outside London, and so we like the peace and quiet.
But
those in London like the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But it's the same. Lagos is the same. Those that live there enjoy the life, and
I think one other thing I miss about Nigeria is a sense of community. I like the fact that, you know your neighbors, you can go and have dinner or chat to your neighbors, but living here, everyone's a bit there's this individualism going on here. Everyone's just on their own. But coming from Africa or coming from Nigeria, where everybody's business is everybody's business, what's going on, that kind of. I think I really miss that.
When you're all in the same boat, you're all struggling together. You're all, you borrow salt from that person.
Exactly.
Pepper from your neighbor. That's all.
Like the village life.
Part of the sort of community spirit.
In the village life.
But the moment you've made it and you're now living in VI or Lekki, nobody does that anymore. They don't do any of that stuff. And unfortunately, it's a sad thing because what that does, it then creates
I have memories
this sort of silos of living, and people become isolated. I
have memories of during Easter or Christmas, traveling to the village, and it's one massive big community. We come together at night. You see, we all sit down and eat dinner. People from different compounds to just come together. I still have those memories in my mind, and I really I cherish them.
Yeah, for me, I guess another thing that I sort of miss would be. I think just living in a society that is religious. I miss that, but not too much, because I understand there's a double-edged sword kind of a thing. So in Nigeria, where people accept the fact that you're a Christian, Muslim, whatever, and that's cool. You go to church, you go to mosque, you have a faith. And that's you don't seem like the only one, or you don't seem odd for professing your faith, for going to church, to having Christian values and things like that. So whereas in the West, there might be lots of church buildings around, and it's got a long Christian tradition and history. That's true, but the West is fairly secular, and so religion is not something that's discussed openly. Faith is not something that's discussed openly. Everyone's very, very private about it, and so it can feel a little bit sterile. It's in terms when it comes to faith. So it's quite nice, again, in Nigeria, having that sort of sense of, as you say, community, but at least being able to just maybe talk about your faith publicly without feeling as though you're weird, or someone might feel uncomfortable just by you talking about how you feel. And I remember those days where you're on a public bus, you're driving somewhere, and someone stands up and starts preaching. And you're like, things like that just used to make me smile. Someone would just get up and start preaching. Imagine that happens here.
Nah.
Gosh, you get they'll throw stones at you.
I'm sure call the police on you.
Call the police, for inciting something.
One thing I miss about Nigeria is friends. It's not easy to make friends abroad. It's not. Again, it could be as a result that I didn't grow up with people here, or I didn't go to uni here. But I think foreigners find it difficult to make friends. And when I say friends, I mean solid friendship, not superficial friends where you just say hi, hello today, and then not say a word to each other for another month or two. That you find very, very common here, and it took me a while to get used to that. And I couldn't understand. I couldn't wrap my head around speaking to someone today, and then by tomorrow we appear to have never seen each other or even said hello to each other. But back home, you meet friends, and you guys like, hey, what's up? I don't know what it is, but I just miss friendship, and I miss solid friends and making solid friendships how back home. Like I said again, it may be as a result that I didn't grow up here. I don't know how they behave and all that. But I think from what I heard and what I'm seeing, it's difficult for foreigners to make friends. Abroad.
It is, and it's not just in England. I think it's everywhere. And it's the same. If a foreigner goes to Nigeria as well, it might take them a long time to sort of have that bond. And the reason is that friendship is not just about liking someone and being in their presence or communicating with them. It's also understanding their sense of humor. It's also understanding, having that sort of chemistry at that level. And so part of that requires you to have some commonality with sort of cultural references. And so if you're in the presence of someone and they're saying stuff and you don't really understand what they're saying, you don't know when they're joking, you don't know when they're serious because you don't understand that aspect. And so it takes you a while to build that.
So finally, would you live in Nigeria?
I couldn't live in Nigeria permanently at this point in my life, but I do like the idea of being able to go home. And because I've lived outside Nigeria for such a long time, I go home and sometimes I feel like a foreigner living in Nigeria. I feel, and so you can't really, relax the way you would want to. And so for me, I would love to be able to spend more time. I mean, the longest I've spent in Nigeria is 3 weeks. 3.5 weeks maybe.
Wow.
And that's literally the longest period of time I've spent in Nigeria for the last 30 years. So it's, I need more than that. You need to at least be there for 6 months to a year. Try and, connect with people and so there's a part of me that wished I had done my NYSC in Nigeria. Because if I'd done that, then that would have given me the sort of
a whole year
and a bit, the community, and then I would feel really connected to Nigeria again. But I at the moment I don't, and I love going, but whenever I'm there, I feel like I'm a foreigner, and I just sort of observe. I observe rather than engage, and so I think for me, yes, I'd like to live there, but I wouldn't live there permanently. No.
Well, answer that question. I am still thinking about it because my life is changing so much, and I'm trying to think okay, I learned how to drive in this country, and I knew the rigors and the hard work it took to learn how to drive. I said to myself, I could never drive in Nigeria. So if I'm living in Nigeria, then I will not drive because the madness
it's
on
funny,
that road.
It's funny. That is the one thing I wish I could do in Nigeria.
I don't think so.
If I could drive in Nigeria, I would feel a little bit.
You understand? Then you can live actually and not depend on people and depend on things. So I'm like, if I can't drive in Nigeria, it's going to be hard.
I hate the fact that when I go, I have to rely on pretty much everyone to do anything.
Yeah.
And I mean literally anything. And so I want to be independent because I'm so independent here. You know, I have a car, we can get up and go, whatever. And
because of that life, so it would be difficult.
And so one thing that would help is to have maybe a house in Nigeria where you can go and at least you can control the environment, and then have your car. And maybe initially you have a driver, but eventually you'd learn you learn how to drive yourself around. Maybe not outside, but within your estate, or maybe Warimpa or something like in a bigger. You can drive around
the
neighborhood and you're fine. And I think that would really settle me. I think just being able to get up and go. And because Nigeria, you guys, let's be fair, when it comes to timekeeping, no.
What do you mean? African time.
You
it's
guys,
still a thing.
No, you don't have it whatsoever. And that would infuriate me beyond belief.
Yeah, I see how that works.
Just being able to say, you know what, let's meet at 2. I know I'll come to you. Don't come to me, because if I know if you come to me, you won't be here at 2. So let me come to you. I'll be there at 2.
Yeah.
So and things like that, just it takes away the stress out of life, and I really need that, to be honest with you, to have that sort of at least level of control in terms of when it comes to timekeeping. It's really important to me, and that's one of the reasons I might find it difficult to readjusting back to Nigerian life, because the few weeks I've been there and just simple timekeeping is almost impossible, and people, there's just no essence. The time doesn't exist, and so tell someone to meet at 7 o'clock in the morning, and nah, you'll be lucky if they turn up by 12.
Wow.
And so and that's just you're supposed to accept that as just the norm. And so whereas here time is money, and every time, every minute someone keeps you waiting, that's money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's why perhaps things are a bit different elsewhere in the world, because time is tied to money. And so if you're wasting someone's time, you're really taking money from them, if you know what I mean, because they could be doing something else with that money, with that time, and so you just anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed your time with us today. Yes, Nigeria, is our homeland. We'll forever love our country. We love our country, and we miss it. And
small, not too much. Just miss
we
it.
Miss
small.
it, and we know it's going through.
It's going through a transition, right?
And it's going to get better.
It will get better.
And like you always say, that Africa is going to be the next travel hub.
Africa
Everyone will be traveling back home. So
mark my words.
We are not giving up on Nigeria. I am not giving up on Nigeria.
I have seen the data, and Nigeria is going to be a country to reckon with. I can promise you that. I know it doesn't seem that way right now.
It doesn't.
People are, I understand the pain, I understand the frustration, I understand, but I can promise you that next 10, 15, 20 years, Nigeria will sort of come of age. And it's just, the next 20 years, people just need to hope that the government put down some of the infrastructure that's needed, because the future will depend on it. Those infrastructures are so vital. There's no country anywhere in the world. You can't cheat industrialization. You cannot cheat it. You can't you can't avoid it. You have to go through it, and it's painful. And that's what Nigeria is going through right now. It's
this country
painful.
Went through it.
Yeah, it's almost like, I know it's a cliche, but it's almost like sort of pregnancy, right? The whole 9 months of pregnancy.
The whole yards.
The woman, the mother, goes through all sorts, right? And then just before the pain she goes through to give birth, right? But the product at the end of it is incredible, right? True. And that's literally what Nigeria has to do. It has to go through that process. And it's the only way I can describe it. It's every country goes through it. There's nothing, absolutely nothing unique about what Nigeria is going through. Every country that's developed today, check their history. They've gone through it, and so we have the best thing we can do is read and learn history, and we can see the building steps these countries have taken. The problem is some of our leaders don't they don't read. They really don't pay attention to this stuff. So
they can't be bothered.
And that's part of the problem. But when we have a leader that's switched on and can really look back and say, actually, these are the building blocks to sort of developing or building a nation, because that's what Nigeria needs. Nigeria is 60 odd years old. And 65 years old, and so it's a case that we're infants, basically trying to, to figure out things, and it's just a case of learning that a lot of these countries, England, France, America, they've all gone through it. And before you say, we are all, Nigeria is crazy, it's a unique situation, they're animals. Look, Europe, they had First World War. They had Second World War, same area, same location, in 15 years apart. They killed over 100 million people, died 100 million. So our own hasn't reached that much, no matter how. And it won't, so people think that, this Europe just developed they went through hell. They killed themselves. They bombed cities to the ground, butchered, and then they rose. Because at a point in every country's development, there come a point whereby they say, you know what, enough is enough. We have to rise. And they do. But the country has to reach there. And so everyone thinks Nigeria's case is unique. It's not. Believe me, you just need to read history and you will realize every single country that is developed today, went through the same things. Okay, that's me done.
If I leave you, you carry on talking and talking. But anyway, we will definitely consider living in Nigeria, but not now.
Not now.
We'll definitely consider living in Nigeria, not now. There's still a lot of things we miss. We're humans, we're Nigerians. There's still a lot of things we miss about our country, and we love her, but we would not live there just right now. And we're hoping that the country gets better.
But there might be people who are thinking, watching us, so why don't you come back home and help us solve this problem? You guys are just waiting for us to fix our own problem, and then you can come and have the good time with us. I can sort of hear people sort of going, hold on a minute, why don't you come and help us now fix the problem? And so what do you say to that?
What am I going to do?
Be the change that you want to see. How about that? Be the change. Never mind that. I'm putting you on the spot. No, I'm
learning new habits, new character. I'm learning to be a better person, to play by the book, to play the rules, and go back and implement it.
Oh yeah, I think the truth is that, okay, so we all have different paths in life, and here's where we are right now. And going back to Nigeria for me, I don't have a job offer. I couldn't work in Nigeria even if I wanted to. I just don't have what it takes to sort of do a typical 9-to-5 job in Nigeria. No, it just wouldn't work for me, and so you would not get the best out of me in that sort of environment, and that's the truth. The way that I can see us really helping Nigeria is to invest, right? So we invest in land, we help develop by sort of building a house or helping sponsor children to go to school, paying for school fees here and there or whatever. But you can help through other means. You don't have to be there in person to sort of to help the country. You can actually help. And to be honest, those who live in the diaspora, we send in more money to Africa than all the world governments put together with their silly aids that they give to Africa. The truth is that we in the diaspora actually send in more money back home than any other investment. So we do believe in Africa, and we do believe in Nigeria. So that's how we help. That's how we help.
So guys, I hope you've enjoyed your time with us today, listening to us rant.
Yep.
But I know you'll carry on. Well, yes, as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos. And yes, let us know in the comment section what you want to hear from us, what you want to see, and we'll be sure to get to it as soon as possible. And yes, until our next video.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye.
buy everything.